What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sport topic, and today we're gonna talk some football, Houston Texans football. Today we're gonna break down, recap the AFC South Showdown from the Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans up there in Nashville. We're gonna talk and break it down because y'all already know how I talked about in my last video. I had a bad feeling about this game, and let me be the first one to say I was wrong. And I'm glad that I'm wrong. One of the rare times I'm glad that I'm wrong. I'm glad I was wrong in this game. But we're gonna break it down. The Houston Texans win 24-21. Here are the numbers from the game. Deshaun was 19 of 27, 70.4% completion percentage, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 1 sack, and a quarterback rating of 92.1. Carlos Hyde 26 carries for 104 yards and a touchdown. First career 1,000 yards. So big up to Carlos Hyde. First time in his career, he got 1,000 yards on his career. Hop targeted 8 times, 6 catches for 119 yards. Fuller, glad to see Will Fuller back in the game. Targeted 7 times for 5 catches for 61 yards. Steals targeted 3 times, got 3 catches for 35 yards and 2 big touchdowns. And we're gonna bring up the Ryan Tannehill, the guy who's been looking like a top 5 quarterback for the past couple of weeks since he took over. Ryan Tannehill was 22 completions off of 36 attempts for 61.1 completion percentage, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 2 sacks, and a quarterback rating of 92.2. Derrick Henry 21 carries for 86 yards. And also A.J. Brown, one of their big targets, targeted 13 times, 8 catches for 114 yards and a touchdown. Jonnu Smith targeted 5 times for 5 catches for 60 yards. Corey Davis targeted 6 times, got 3 catches for 57 yards. So we're gonna talk about this game because, like I said, I had a bad feeling going to this game, and some of the things that I talked about actually happened. For the most part, tackling. That's part of the reason why they were able to get that last touchdown because the team just has a bad tackle. I actually like the way that Gary Conley played throughout the whole game, but on that last drive, I think it was Corey Davis that Corey Davis caught the bad pass and he couldn't tackle him. He kind of broke the tackle. Like I said, once guys get to the second level, they can break free. And we seen that also, with the whole Jonnu Smith when he got that big run. I forgot what that run was. Jonnu Smith had. He had he had 1 carry for 57 yards, so a huge run. I think the longest run by a tight end since like the 70s or something like that. So, like I said, guys get to the second level, it was over. And I think the Texans dodged the bullet because you can clearly tell that Derrick Henry wasn't Derrick Henry. I actually told my coworkers I didn't think Derrick Henry was gonna go out, but I thought he would have a decent day, like an 86 yard. I said like around like 80 some yards, 80 some yards. He ended up having 86, but it was clear that Derrick Henry wasn't the same guy because it was that one that he broke. I think it was like 20 some yards, 21 yards. If Derrick Henry hamstring was for 100%, I think he scores. And I think the same thing with Will Fuller on that one catch that Logan Ryan knocked the ball out and he's able to, the ball went out of bounds. I think both of those guys, if they were 100, I think both of those are touchdowns. I think Will Fuller scores on that play, and I think Derrick Henry scores on that play. So the Texans did dodge the bullet because Derrick Henry kept going in, not the lineup, icing his hamstring. So can't be too high about that. Can't be, oh man, we shut down Derrick Henry. We not really. I mean, if we want to be honest, Derrick Henry was not himself. We was not 100% Derrick Henry. So we can't sit there and like wave pom poms and be like we shut Derrick Henry down. I think his hamstring shut him down more than anything. And I feel the same thing about Fuller. I think that Fuller would have got off even more than he did if his hamstring was a little bit tight. It was a little bit normal. So I mean you want to take those things what for what. But one thing the Titans were able to watch have was AJ Brown. AJ Brown was a complete animal out there. I mean, he completely bullied Roby. He bullied Roby and took Roby's lunch money, and that's why I was saying, going into maybe the Colts game, and I was saying that Roby need to earn himself some money. And I said he earned himself some money against the Patriots. I think he lost that last week, and I don't think he did anything to gain it because, especially on that touchdown, he was getting abused. He got abused, especially late in the game, and I think they found something in Wade J. Brown. The Titans never really had a number one receiver, like going all the way back to like the Steve McNair days. It was always a Derrick. It was always Eddie George led team, and then also you got Chris Johnson and things like that. That whole era. they finally have a guy. Like you know how we've always had Andre, and then we moved on to have a Hop, and now we got Fuller and Steele. Like we got the receivers. I don't know really know about Corey Davis, but I like AJ Brown coming out of college, and I said that AJ Brown's gonna be in this division. Either he's gonna be a Titan, he's gonna be a Colt. I had a feeling that somebody in this division was gonna look at AJ Brown because I liked him back last year when he was in Ole Miss, and I remember watching him play when Texas Tech played Ole Miss in the start the season off in the Texas Africa kickoff bowl, and yeah, I like yeah, this guy's a guy. I liked him over DK Metcalf. I thought AJ Brown was that guy, and he's out here showing you what he can do. He had to show you he's a grown man out there. So I think he's going to be a problem, somebody that we got to watch out for. As the news broke this morning that the Texans put in a waiver claim for Janoris Jenkins. Hope we can clear waivers and come to us, because we could never have too many corners. And we do need some other help in the secondary going on to the postseason if you want to go against the likes of the Ravens and you want to go against the likes of the Chiefs. I think that we match up well against the Patriots. I do think we match up well against the Patriots. I think our secondary matches up well against them, but we're going to need help against Kansas City. We're going to need help with Baltimore, all the things that they do. And then if you somehow if you end up luckily making it to the bowl, I mean, when you go against the Green Bays and the Saints and things like that, like you got to have a further mind thinking. And you're going to need help. And also, you're probably going to need help to face the same Titan team. And probably going to need help to face Tampa Bay Saturday, because Tampa Bay puts the ball in the yard. But I think that Goodwin got hurt today. So we're going to see what's going on with that later on in the week. But, like I said, I like what I've seen out of Conley. But for the most part, like I said, a lot of missed tackles. And guys got to the second level. Kind of some of the things I thought about. One thing, man, Lonnie Johnson, I'm so glad that you read that fake punt, because when they went out for the punt, I said, wouldn't it be something that they fake again? And then when as soon as the guy went in motion, I'm like, this is a fake punt, and that's stupid on Vrabel, because you pulled this exact same thing last year in Tennessee against us. It wasn't like you did it last year against the Patriots, or last year against the Eagles, or last year against the Colts. You did it to us. To do it again kind of seems stupid. And Lonnie read it perfectly, read all the way, so I'm glad that Ronnie was out there getting fooled, didn't get fooled, because if he would have got fooled, or if he would have mistimed his deflection, that would have been a wide open touchdown. So I'm glad about that. Then we can talk about the whole merciless interception. I mean, you want to call it fluky, we can call it fluky, whatever the case may be. It was a great heads-up play by Merciless. A great play by Reed for hitting them, getting the ball out, and a heads-up play by Merciless. A heads-up play by Merciless to run it back and almost getting the touchdown, but then, Deshaun and Stills took it in and completed off the job. Now let's talk about this, because Deshaun had 2 picks today. Deshaun played, I don't want to say played great. Deshaun played, I say he played his B game. I think Deshaun went out there and had a B performance. Of course, we've definitely seen Deshaun play way better. This is probably more or less Deshaun's floor. I think this is more so like the floor of Deshaun. Because, he made some plays, but he left a lot to be desired. He was fooled on that Vaccaro pick, the first pick of the game. On the first drive, he was fooled on that play. They and even Romo said they confused him, like they completely fooled him and baited him, and that's a good job by the defensive coordinator. But also put that also on Duke, because Duke is on his knees. If Duke was up, Duke could at least stopped it from being a pick. But in saying that, it still wouldn't have been a touchdown, because Deshaun got fooled. So it's Deshaun's fault for getting fooled. I think it's Duke's fault for it to be an interception. I think if Duke is not on I think if Duke stands up and is on his feet the whole time, it's more at the very least it's a deflection. It's a drop. It might be a drop pick or a drop catch, but it's not an interception. So I think the fault of it being an interception is more so on Duke, but it is Deshaun's fault for getting fooled. And then the second interception. That one I put on Bill. It's 2 things I put on Bill. I put that sack on Bill for 2 reasons. I put the sack on Bill, because one, after you get the false start by Will Fuller, why'd you go drop back to a pass? You should continue, because you were about to run the ball. before they called the false start. They should just ran the ball again. Like I ain't like that. And then two, why was Chris Clark out there at right tackle anyway? You should have been had John what's going in there. You should have been had him in there. Why was Chris Clark out there? So that's why I put that sack really on Bill O'Brien for the play call and also having Chris Clark out there. That's one. And then two, the interception. I know, man. Everybody want Deshaun to go out there and get touchdowns. He tied last year's touchdown mark for 26. He's only, I think, 2 touchdowns away from tying the single season franchise record of 28. That's the most touchdowns in a season by a Texans quarterback. Matt Schaub had that, I think, in 2009. Had 28 touchdowns. So, okay, 28 touchdowns. So yeah, he got 26 touchdowns. He's 2 touchdowns away. So I get it. Hey, you want to get Deshaun all his touchdowns? I want Deshaun to get touchdowns. But not and when Carlos Hyde was eating the way he was eating, like I say, his first ever career 1,000-yard season, run the football with Carlos Hyde. Allow Carlos Hyde to get in the end zone. He was running the rock all day. He was running aggressively. He was showing you, especially on that touchdown. That was that slight hesitation he had before he broke out to the outside and ran. It was another time he did that too. I think on the opposite side that he had a slight hesitation and then waited and then cut back and got a first down. I mean, I just love that patience of run. He's very patient, has good vision. He's not the fastest guy, and that's part of the reason why he's not going to be your 12, 13, 1,400 yard back, 13 touchdowns type guy. But he's definitely serviceable, especially with the type of offense that you have with Deshaun and Hop and Fuller and Stills and things like that. He's definitely a serviceable running back. He's way more capable. Like what you see out of him is way more capable than you've seen out of Lamar Miller. When Lamar Miller got 1,000 yards, it was hard. He got 1,000 yards, but he got on 400 carries. I gotta look exactly at how many carries Carlos Hyde has for the season. I know it's not that much. I know it's not that much. So like for him to have the kids, I know we do have a better offensive line than we have in years past. I do get that. I understand that. But it's just he gets it more more effortlessly than Lamar Miller ever did. But yeah, like run the ball with Carlos Hyde. That was just a stupid decision to throw that ball, and it got tipped on the 1 yard line. It was an interception. Now you heard Deshaun stats once again by giving him. Now he has 11 picks on the season, but it just costed you at that time an opportunity to score. And if I'm not mistaken, that's when they went back and tied the game. Yeah, because you was up 14-7. They take that pick back. They go down, they score. It's tied 14-14. Now the Texans did a good job of going down the field, scoring, getting a touchdown, then going back again. After the defense made a stop, the defense made some key stops. Charles Menahue at UT, like I think he's going to be a player. I think him and Jacob Martin for the future are going to be good pass rushers. I think those guys are showing you that they're players. Because that sack he did to end the game, and then also when they were stopping them before Tannehill got that touchdown, before Tannehill got that rushing touchdown, after you stop Derrick Henry on the 1 yard line. Menahue's pressure caused him to throw that ball a little bit late, and it allowed Zach Cunningham to make the tackle on the 1 yard line to help them out. But they ended up it was all for naught because then Tannehill scored that touchdown on that quarterback bootleg. I kind of seen that play coming. I'm like, they're not gonna run the ball with Derrick Henry because it'd be too easy for you to stop Derrick Henry. So I had a feeling that they were going because we're built up front to stop a running attack like Derrick Henry. To stop a regular downhill runner. We're built like that up front. The thing is, if they can get past that first level, they can get to the second level, the way these corners and safeties don't really tackle all that well, they can break stuff. And I think if Derrick Henry was 100%, I think Derrick Henry would have probably had about 150 yards today. I think Derrick Henry could have ran a little bit more if he was a little bit more healthy. I think him and his hamstring slowed him up. And that allowed the Texans to able to hold him under 100 yards. I really think his hamstring held him, but I kind of seen that play coming with Tannehill, that bootleg outside for him to get a touchdown. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm happy with the victory, but like I said, it was just some decisions about that Bill O'Brien had that just had me scratching my head, like sometimes taking the ball out of Deshaun's hands in some points, and then some. And sometimes you like it's like he runs when he should pass and pass when he should run. And I'm in 100% agreement with Romo when it was that 2 minute when it was like 2:03. I'm like, yeah, take a deep shot. Just take a deep shot because if it's incompletion, oh well. All you gotta do is make sure. Only thing you have to do is make sure it wasn't an interception. So make sure that it was gonna be a throw that either your receiver can catch it or nobody can catch it. Because if it's an incompletion, oh well, you got the 2 minute warning. You're gonna take out. You're gonna take out 3 minutes. You're gonna take out. You're gonna take out three. You're gonna take out 3 seconds because it was 2:03. So you're gonna take out the 3 seconds. So I think that you've been able to get that done. So all you do is take a deep shot, and you'll be able to take a deep shot. And who knows, Fuller or Stills or something like that would have caught the ball, may have had a touchdown, or at the very least a first down, and the game is over. So I agree with that. I think that was more so just the inexperience of Bill O'Brien, just not knowing the situations, which he's shown you plenty of times when it comes to his clock management that he doesn't know time situations. But that was just a foolish situation. I exactly agree with Romo that that's what they should have done. Like I said, the play call on that 1 yard line, that was stupid, and then the play call right before the sack, that shouldn't even been. It shouldn't even been a pass play. It was only, I think, 2 and 5. Was it first and yeah? It was. It was first. It was first down. Yeah, false start. So it been first and 15. Run the football still. You don't have to pass. You don't have to get all 15 yards on one play. Run the football. If you run the football and Carlos Hyde gets 5 yards, it's 2nd and 10. Okay. But no, you like, and I mean, you could blame Deshaun because Deshaun did kind of hold on to the ball a little bit too long. And I mean, if you're gonna just take it specifically on the play, okay, one, Chris Clark gave up on the block, and then two, Deshaun did not read the pass rush, did not read the blitz correctly. But Deshaun shouldn't have been in that situation, to be honest with you. And like I say, y'all already know how I'm feeling. I'm not trusting the team coached by Bill O'Brien. And Bill O'Brien almost cost you the game today. Like he almost cost you the game today. I'm not too mad with Rack today. Because I think just most of I think some of the guys just got bullied on some of the pass plays for the Titans. I think like AJ Brown was able to bully some of the guys, and I think that's more so the guys, not really the play. Cause I like the way that Garyon Conley played outside of him outside of him missing that tackle against Corey Davis on the last drive, or second to last drive rather. But I like the way. I mean, I know people might say, "Oh, he had that hold that should have been called." You could go either way with him and they play with AJ Brown because both of them was fighting, both of them was getting handsy. So you can go either way on that. The first that one pass deflection they had down the middle, that was just great coverage. Like I know Romo tried to say, "Oh, it might be pass interference or hold. He got away with one." No, that was good coverage. That was just good, tight, solid coverage. He read the ball and read the play directly. But the Texans do they have if they want to continue to do something special, they do have to play better. Now I can say that the Titans are a better football team than the Titans have normally been. I think the Titans are a good football team, and I think the Titans could end up making the playoffs, especially like the Texans still continue this pattern of lose, win, lose, win. So if they win against Tampa Bay, they win the division. So the last game doesn't mean anything because the Pacers won today. So more than likely, you're not going to get the 2 seed. More than likely, you're going to stay at the 4 seed, and you're probably facing Buffalo. That's probably what you're facing, unless Buffalo loses to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then they would jump Pittsburgh. So tonight's game is going to be very interesting between the Steelers and Buffalo because that could be your first opponent. Because the more likely the winner of that game is going to be who you face in the playoffs. And all the Texans need to do is get one more win. Like I had 2 more games, one game at home, one game the game that's on the road is against Tampa Bay, and I don't think that Evans and Wichita might not play either. And you already know Jameis is a turnover machine. So the things might be looking forward to the Texans direction. The Texans should be able to get into the playoffs easily. Like I said, I did have a bad feeling about this game because I just couldn't trust the way the Titans were rolling. and mostly because of the way that we played, the egg that we laid against Denver. But kind of similar to the Titans, it's kind of similar to the Colts game. You expected the Texans to come out after a bad loss to play a little bit better. Like that Colts game, I said that you really won that game off the strength of Deshaun, Hop, and Fuller, because all three of them guys played great. And really, Deshaun really didn't play all that great in that game. He just made plays when he had to. Will Fuller and Hop played great. This game here, Will Fuller for the most part played good. Hop played extraordinary. Like Hop had 2 catches in the first half. The first 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter had 4 catches for 90 yards. Was just like once they start wanting one Hop, like I said, once Hop is 1-on-1, he's single. If Hop's 1-on-1, he's free. He's wide open, and once they start singling up Hop, it was over. They couldn't stop him. Like he was the biggest mismatch on the whole field once they singled up Hop. But before that, that's the reason why Stills was able to get those 2 touchdowns, because you had to make a decision on Hop and Fuller. You had to make sure that both of them were covered, and they just let Stills run that field. That's why Stills is a very, very sneaky good addition to this team, because if you could say that Fuller is the perfect complement to Hop, Stills is the perfect complement to Will Fuller. Like they all three of them are perfect complements to each other. And if you take Fuller's gonna take the top off the defense. He's gonna be the big play. He's gonna take coverage away from Hop. And when you start doing that, you're gonna allow Stills to either be free you're gonna either allow Stills to be free, or you're gonna allow you're gonna allow Hop to be 1-on-1. And I still would take. If I'm a defense, I would rather still make sure Hop is covered and take my chance on still being free. And that's just a bad situation for any defense to be in. And it's a shame that once again we have to go another week without scoring on our opening drive. Even though it was more so Deshaun being fooled, but I mean you can piggyback each play. Like, okay, well this game this happened. Well, this game a false start happened. Well, this game this bad play call happened. It's week 17. It's week 16 now. Week 15. It's no longer any excuses. It's a trend. It's a complete trend. You're gonna end up going because you only got 2 more chances. You only got 2 more first drives the rest of this year, unless you count the playoffs. But the regular season, out of 16 games, you only got 2 more chances to score on your opening drive. If you don't do it in these next 2 chances, you went the whole year without scoring on your opening drive with all the pieces that we got. I know they said that I think that the Titans are only scoring the opening drive twice. They got 2 field goals. But remember, they didn't start Tannehill for the first 6 games. And then also, they don't have the same weapons that we have. Like A.J. Brown's coming to his own, yes. But as of right now, A.J. Brown's still not Hop. The Tannehill has been playing good of lately. I think 90% of the NFL, probably everybody in the NFL outside people in Tennessee and people last name Tannehill will take Deshaun over Tannehill. And probably people that's last name Tannehill and probably people in Nashville will still take Deshaun over Tannehill. So, my thing is, we got to get this corrected, especially for you to be an offensive-minded head coach. Who else can you blame but yourself? Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell, get more videos. I holla.